All right, welcome back to the Fit and Professional podcast, where we feature extraordinary guests who embody what it means to be fit and professional. I'm super honored to be here in Philadelphia today with FP Activewear's first sponsored athlete, Taylor Surtees Pierce. Appreciate you, man. How you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Yep.
Just fresh off of a sparring session, huh?
Yeah. So we did sparring today, 5 rounds of sparring. Just kind of recovering from that right now.
Yeah.
Bouncing back. Yeah.
Okay. So how often do you spar throughout the week?
So we spar twice a week. Wednesdays will be like with the bigger gloves, and Saturdays today was like little gloves, like more MMA type sparring.
More MMA type stuff. Okay. Speaking of that, like I know I met you maybe like back during COVID years when I came to Jack's gym for the first time. Where did your fight journey begin? Like, how did you get into it?
Okay, so I had wrestled a little bit as a kid, and in high school kind of fell off with that. But one time, me and my boys, we would watch like UFC and stuff every now and then. I wasn't super into it, but I'd watch it with them. And one of my buddies, Cody, he hit me up one day. He's like, "Yo, man, I was just down the street, saw a jiu-jitsu gym. You want to come check it out?" So basically, we just went in there, no expectations, and the coach was really cool, and the guys I was doing my first class with were pretty cool. So I just really clicked with it, and that was probably like mid 2010, early 2011ish, I think. So I just kind of went with it, man. Stuck with it ever since. Yeah.
So was that like you were a teenager during that time?
Yeah. I think I was like junior, going into junior year, maybe the summer going into junior year.
Okay.
Might have started training, so yeah.
Nice, and you kind of just fell in love with it.
Man, I really didn't have anything going too much. Like I played music and stuff with some friends, but really when I started training, it was like either, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do music, Okay. So I went with this.
Music. I think I saw you playing the guitar.
Yeah, so my dad is a lifelong musician.
Oh, wow.
He was in a couple big bands locally back in the day, and just never really got anywhere big with it, but he's like a local, I wouldn't call him a local legend, but he's got a name in his community, so
right.
I've been playing guitar since I was like 13.
13?
Never really, let it go.
Nice. I remember I bought an acoustic guitar from Amazon, and I was trying to self-teach myself.
Oh, it's hard to teach yourself,
still sitting in the corner.
Yeah, it's difficult, but even with that being said, my dad was from the generation of players, like nowadays there's like YouTube and stuff, and you can really teach yourself. But my dad would tell me about, he would spin the record so much that the records would break because they would be learning the parts, and they would actually have to go to like the live shows to see these guys play. And and even he was friends with this guy Johnny Neal, who was blind, and this guy taught himself to play the piano, guitar, all different types of stuff, man. So yeah.
Stories like that, just a reminder, like no matter what discipline you're in or what avenue, you got to put the work in.
Of course.
But no limitation, though. You said someone's blind teaching themselves to do those type of things. So that's fire.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, man. So when did you become like a professional? Like when did you know, like, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing?
I'd say around like 2013, 2014. I started this kind of journey with jiu-jitsu. Okay. And that was the thing I really, really clicked with. And MMA was kind of just a part of that. So like even my first fight, I'd been training for maybe a little over a year, and I told my coach, I'd seen a couple of teammates fight, and I was like, I want to see what it feels like to get in the cage, and jiu-jitsu is like, I wanted to kind of not see where my jiu-jitsu was at, but I wanted to do MMA for my jiu-jitsu, exactly, And then I didn't get away from MMA, but I started off not being that successful with it. So I was doing a lot of grappling around like 2014. Okay. And not really done with MMA, but I was like, I think I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go down the jiu-jitsu route. And one of my teammates, Chris Williams, really took a fight on a whim, and we were both blue belts at the time, and he completely went in there and destroyed this dude. Like, I was in the corner, and he took him down and pretty much knocked him out right in front of me. And I was like, that inspired me to. I was like, I need to be fighting, man. I need to be fighting. Yeah, I have no excuses. I need to be fighting. So I would say like 2014, I really took a turn to really commit to fighting. And 2016, the gym I was at the time, Predator MMA, it had closed down. And that's when I ended up at Jack's, you know, and the gym I was at the time, they had some guys that knew striking, but I wasn't the best striker. So I took some time at Jack's to really develop that, took some kickboxing, and did a couple more MMA fights. And 2019, I made the decision to go pro.
Wow.
So, yeah. Okay. And then I've been here. I kind of got introduced to this team through a friend and a sponsor. They got me out here probably like June 2019. And I've been with this team since.
Just rocking out.
Yep.
Yeah. I see the videos and the stuff you post, like, but being here in person, like the energy, I can feel it. Definitely.
Yeah.
You guys,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's
energy's
intense.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet that's a big thing though, like about surrounding yourself with like other guys that are going to bring it out of you. Like what's something you would say, like since joining this gym, like I don't know if you have a specific instant where you knew this was the spot for you, or
definitely there was a couple. One of the first moments I realized this was like a different environment in terms of like professionalism and people just making a way. In the morning time, you know, and when I first got here, I was working, you know, 2 part-time jobs and training, and it's difficult, but you see other guys here, you know, it's hard to make morning training when you're working a job, you know, but even the amateur guys, I started noticing, I'm like, wow, everybody here is making the time to be here. People are, whether they're just sucking it up and missing out on work hours or working specific jobs, like nighttime jobs, like everybody's making it count. So when you're the only one doing that in a gym, you know, it's kind of like, it really wears on you. But when you see other people doing it, you know, you're kind of like, it's more of a,
alone.
Exactly. So that was one of the first things I noticed here. Everybody was making a way to be here, you know, and nobody's making excuses, you know, everyone's just kind of coming in, doing their thing, and you know, maybe in other environments you hear people complaining about this or that, and you know, there's none of that here. You know, so
culture.
That was exactly. And then, you know, you just over time you just start seeing some big name people who at this time they're big names. You know, when I first got here, a couple of the higher end guys were just kind of cracking into the UFC or doing really well regionally, just getting to the UFC. So I got to see people really living out their dreams. You know, that's what we dream to do as fighters, is fight at the, you know, the UFC is the NFL for us.
Right.
And I'm seeing people do it. I'm seeing the UFC come in and film people. So it's,
wow.
You just know this is where you want to be as a fighter, you know, especially like on the East Coast out here. I don't want to say all the teams are divided, but you know, the coaches were doing a good job of letting the core group of people here know, like early on, like, this is going to be the team. You guys are going to be the team that people start hopping on the bandwagon, you know? So embrace what we got going. It might not be around forever. And this is the golden years of what we got going on.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's fire.
Yeah.
You had a lot of nuggets in there, man, just about like, you know, our mantra, you know, with Fit and Professional was like embracing the journey. And I heard you talk about like working multiple jobs and the sacrifices that you have to make, and having other people around you that are doing the same thing. I already know how that can be, because like my journey, you know, I'm a former collegiate athlete and things like that. Pro didn't work out for me. I had a short-lived career, but I know the sacrifices that I made. And then just in life in general, just trying to figure out what I want to do, business and things like that. Before I got into real estate and, you know, Fit and Professional full time, I was working a full-time job, personal training. So a lot of long hours.
You put blood, sweat, and tears into it, man.
And when you work for something like that, the reward just feels even better. I can only imagine.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
man.
That's dope. I remember, just speaking of like being an athlete before, like kind of, I've always been a boxing fan, right? My mom used to put on Floyd fights growing up, so like I've always watched it, and I'm originally from Philly. And walking home from school, I used to get beat up all the time. So she was like, you ain't gonna keep on coming home crying and stuff. So she put me in Taekwondo, and that was before I moved to Delaware, and you know, I worked my way up, and I think that's kind of why I probably love like martial arts and just a fan of it and things like that. I got up to right before black belt, before we moved to Delaware. I was like a red belt. But speaking of that, I went off on a tangent. A lot of people, before like actually training myself, like I've never trained like a pro, but just coming to Jackson, or doing a one-on-one session with you, the conditioning that you have to be in, like it's completely different. I played at a high level basketball, but it's not the same.
Now, granted, you know, I could go do some drills with somebody and be completely worn out because it's not my world. But you know, MMA, like you said, it's different. You know, it's a constant. You're carrying someone's weight, then you got to pick them up. It's just a constant up down. Like you really don't get pushed like you do in MMA outside of anything, but like maybe like wrestling or something, you know. But it's a grind, and you have to kind of, you know, I feel like nowadays more people starting off, they can have the mindset, you know, because there's people that have been around a while to kind of tell people like, hey, you know, like when you're doing this, have some longevity in mind, you know, don't go crazy all the time. But it's definitely a grind. You know, every MMA practice is a grind. There's really no way to do MMA without kind of simulating like you're in a fight. You know, the intensity will go up and down, but MMA is definitely like a grind no matter what you're doing. You know, so yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and this MMA, mixed martial arts, I see sometimes you have to, like maybe a session that's only like striking or boxing or kickboxing and things like that. How does that work into your training plan? Like do you do certain days where, you know? Yeah,
so some days might be isolated to where, say, we're just doing like a boxing drill to work on a specific in and out type of movement, or you do have to isolate certain things to really focus on stuff, but then with that being said, that isolated technique that we might be working on might not even really come up in the live round we do because of all the other variables. But you know, sometimes things get you want to isolate things in terms of like a strategy for a fight because you know it'll come up in the fight. So yeah, you do have to kind of say, hey, we're gonna do just some training on the feet or just some training on the ground. But kind of like I was saying earlier, once you're in the MMA environment, there's so many variables that it's kind of like you have to be open to everything at once, you know, and you have to have a short memory when you're training, you know, you can't go, oh, he just did this, I got to get him back. You know, sometimes you get hit with a good shot, but that's the time to get in on a shot, not to brawl.
Not to like think too much. And,
exactly, but you know, sometimes you might want to work on your defense, so you will do some boxing training to just work on that. But yeah, you have to be open-minded and kind of know where you're at when you're doing the MMA. Yeah.
Like I said, like boxing is always my thing, but like I love MMA as well, watching it, and it's just like, it's just different. Like, because I feel like that translates to real life more than anything. Because most fights are going up on the ground, and you don't know somebody coming with an elbow or
you know,
a punch.
A lot of different. That is what's crazy about MMA. You know, wrestling is it's a agreed upon rule set. Boxing is a rule set. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, it's all rule sets. But MMA is like a free. It's everything, you know. So it's kind of like, I think it's the most free kind of style of competition that just exists in society. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
So, you're preparing for a fight October 4th, right?
Yes.
Talk about, like, I watch like weigh-ins and I see people looking drained and things like that. How do you prepare? Like, what is, like, I never had to cut weight. What is that process like? So, some people have an understanding of cutting weight from wrestling, and it's a little bit different because in a wrestling season you have to maintain a certain weight because you're weighing in like every week. Right.
Same thing with like maybe boxing or kickboxing. You know, there's more weight classes, and you kind of want to maintain being at a certain size. But with MMA, there's different ways to do it, but there's a process called water loading, and that's kind of like a 6 to 7 day process. It'll happen throughout the week where, you know, me personally, I typically cut 23 to 25 pounds of fluids. And then when you weigh in, you basically put that all back on. So it's a process. It's not easy, but it's not. The nightmare day is like the day before weigh-ins when you're cutting the last couple, and then you're trying to go to sleep where you weigh a couple pounds over, and then the next morning you're cutting. That's the part that sucks. But yeah, it's really a process you kind of get comfortable with, and you figure out what works for you, what foods work for you. So yeah, that's basically what I do. It's a water load. It's like the last 6-7 days. And, you just do it, man. And that's like really, once you're cutting weight, that's when the transformation kind of like, you're like, all right, I'm fighting.
This is life.
I'm fighting. Yeah. You know, it kind of really taps you in.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, just hearing you talk about it, like, and seeing, you know, from afar, I'm kind of learning like a little behind the scenes is really dope. Huge fan of what you're doing, man. When it comes to that, like, I kind of, when you were talking, I thought about what it means to be fit and professional, right, in your realm. Yes. Because I know, you know, just from watching boxing, MMA fights, they get canceled last minute, like somebody might get injured or something like that. So how do you keep yourself mentally ready for, like, if you say you get a call or you were training for this long training camp, and I'm pretty sure you have fights canceled before, like, how do you keep yourself in that mindset? Like, man, I just put all this work in and dang, or something unforeseen that you can't control. How do you control it like that?
So going into a preparation for a fight, the things you have to tell yourself are, because it can be overwhelming. You know, there's a lot you could overwhelm yourself with, but you have to just, at least me, you know, I give myself the mindset of, I'm gonna control what I can control, because in a fight, there's variables we can't control. You know, you could slip on a banana peel. You know, the canvas could be slippery. You could bust your ass in the first 30 seconds, and then you're on bottom. Right. When that, you know, never would have happened in the training. So you're just prepared to deal with stuff that you might not expect to happen, and just stay in your lane. You know, your opponent might get hurt. You might fight someone you weren't even preparing to fight for the last, you know, however long, and then someone comes in last minute, and you got to fight them, and it just is what it is. You know, you might get hurt. You know, I broke my pinky toe before my last 2 fights, you know, pretty bad. So, you know, it just, stuff happens. You know, you might be moving, taking great angles for 6 weeks, and you break your toe, and you go, all right,
now you gotta
I have to just stand in the pocket. I can't move anymore, you know. So things like that happen. And, you know, throughout your amateur career too, you get little bits to experience with that. Like, you know, I've broken toes in kickbox and won, and I've gotten out there sick and lost. I've gotten out there sick and won. So nothing's really an excuse, man. You just, a fight is a moment that you really just have to be prepared to just, it's almost like a spiritual experience, you know. You go in this way and you're gonna come out better. You know, you wanna find ways to come out better no matter what happens. But if you just prepare the best you can, and like I said, control the things you can control, like controlling your weight, controlling, making sure you're going to practice, staying disciplined, then that's really how, win, lose, or draw, you get the most out of the experience. Out of the experience. Yes.
Right. No, that's key, man. I preach that all the time. Like, we're not in control of the cards that we're dealt. You know what I mean? It's about what you do when you get those cards. Like, what's your game plan going to be? Like, you know what I mean? In life, I feel like this whole thing called life, we're all trying to figure it out. We're going to keep trying to figure out each chapter that we go through. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to suffering and pain, you know what I mean? I feel like it's necessary. You know what I mean? That's why when I created the brand Fit and Professional, it's such a correlation. Like, of course, you know, personal training things, that's my thing. And then professional is my real estate. But it's like, I think about when I'm on that pull-up bar, the first day after not doing pull-ups for a while, it hurts. Of course. When you start building that callus. Same thing with life. Like, you may face adversity. For me in real estate, a deal might fall through. But you know what I mean? I'm callous in my mind when it comes to fitness, and it's a perfect corration. And I heard a lot of like ways that you could resonate with that too. And
of course,
in the fight world.
Yeah, man. And even myself, you know, I feel like I've gotten a lot of my life skills from this. And you know, like, I don't need to be hands-on and learn stuff my own way, but you know, some people, all the stuff they were able to figure out growing up, whether they had someone telling it to them or they just had, I kind of had to learn all my stuff in the gym, you know, whether it's like, oh, okay, like learning what confidence really is, learning what discipline really is, learning what, all right, I'm gonna go through this no matter what happens, and I'm gonna stick this out. Like, it's the same thing with work sometimes, you know, like I used to do hardwood floors, and that's a thing where, you know, it's, you get out there, you're either making the money or you're not, and then it's like any kind of trade, you know, there's going to be good days, bad days. You just, it's a grind, dude, you know. So
every day.
Man. So I really learned a lot of the life skills in the gym. You know, so this has done a lot for me.
That's dope. And that's what it's really about when you, in hindsight, like in the moment we may not understand why we're going through something, but you look back like, I had to go through that because of the person that I'm going to be. Like, you know, 100%. I'm big on the spiritual thing as well. Like, who we're meant to be, I feel like it's written out for all of our lives, and we're just catching up to it. You know what I mean? So in the hindsight, like you said, like, nah, that's dope, man. That's why I got chills just thinking about it.
Like, man,
it's
like I think about that stuff all the time, man. Like, if I could walk back to, like, you know, 10, 11-year-old Taylor who's sitting there in the principal's office who just got into a fight in 5th grade and I can't even own up to it. You know, it's like if older Taylor would have walked in and just been like this is what you're gonna like, I never would have believed that I'd be a professional fighter. Right. Like if you walked up to 10, 11-year-old Taylor and said this is what's gonna happen, like
can't even imagine.
Can't imagine, bro. So like you said, the stuff is, I got goosebumps too, man. It's written out, and you gotta, you know, it's life is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, life is crazy, bro.
It's a beautiful thing too, man. Like
no
matter what it is, like I'm a big firm. Just start each day with a smile. I don't know what today's gonna bring. Control what I can control, like you said. I love that, man.
Yes.
No, that's dope. I know I could talk all day, so I'm going to try to keep it going. But let's talk about your fight a little bit. So, the guy you're fighting, what they call him, White Chocolate?
Yeah.
You guys, I remember seeing you fight him before. So this is a rematch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a rematch, and I like it because it's a full circle moment for me as a fighter, as a man. You know, a lot of things were discombobulated and just spread real thin when I was taking my first pro fight. You know, things were just all over the place, and from there to now, just, you know, developing as a fighter, as a man, as a human, everything is you know, I was here in 2019, and right now I'm here. You know, so things are different. We've both lost our last 2 fights. We've both fought. Our last 2 opponents were both 2 tough guys. You know, so it just is what it is. You know, I'm sure he's gotten better the same way I have. I'm not expecting it to be an easy experience in there. I'm sure he's kind of thinking the same way. But I'm prepared for anything. The way I've been getting ready. Yeah, I'm prepared for anything that's going to happen out there.
Yeah. Okay. I can see it. I can hear it in your voice. We talked about it when I was doing a one-on-one with you. I can feel the confidence when you talk about it, and I see the preparation. Of course, I'm not here every day, but from a hindsight, man, I can just feel it, man. So yeah, definitely wishing you the best in that, man. I know you're prepared and you're gonna do your thing.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, collabing with us, and definitely appreciate the opportunity.
I appreciate it as well, man.
So before we go, I always like to do this thing called like having the guest or whoever I'm with that day talking about what if they could tell anybody like something that they can leave with when it comes to what fit professional means to you, some type of gem that you can leave us with, whether it could be simple, it could be profound, it doesn't really matter. Fit and professional, what does it mean to you?
Fit and professional to me, like you were saying, you take the things you learn from your grind and you apply it to your life. So that's really what I do. This is, some people might just see me out here training, whatever, they think it's working out, but it's really a way of life. So fit and professional to me, that's literally how I carry myself, And even, we were talking about making weight and stuff earlier, that's being professional. I've never missed weight as a professional, so that's just literally how I carry myself, bro. I'm fit and I'm professional. That is my life.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's
a lifestyle.
I really embrace that. Exactly.
That's dope, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Nah, man, definitely. So thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Fit and Professional Podcast. We had an amazing guest here, Taylor Surtees Pierce. If you haven't already, man, check him out on social media. We'll tag him below. If you're local, even if you're not, if you want to make a drive, come support him at his fight October 4th. You definitely won't be disappointed. We're going to do some more content and things like that and try to just keep this relationship going. I know that you talk about having a grind outside of this too. I know that you train, you've done one-on-ones with me as well.
Yes.
And with this, podcast, we kind of want to make it a little different, kind of come into your world a little bit and just kind of make it a little bit more interactive. So if it's cool with you, we want to, get some work in. And,
sure, let's do it, man.
Do something light. I know you just trained and stuff like
that.
It's
all good. It's all good. I've been rehydrating. I'm ready, man.
All right, let's get it. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for much more content. Check us out, FP Activewear. We have some really cool merch coming. We got a preview of some stuff that's about to drop. So we appreciate the support, and we are looking forward to just growing, embracing the journey like we talked about. So let's get into it. So Taylor mentioned it a little bit in the podcast about how there's different assets of getting ready for a fight. And we know strength and conditioning is a big aspect for these professional guys who are, staying in shape and being ready for fight night. So thought it'd be cool to kind of just get a glimpse of what it's like to jump into your world, like what type of training you guys do to kind of correlate to the cage?
Yes, sir. So, all right, this is called a Tyson push-up. This is like something it might be like midway through our warm-up on a strength and conditioning day. So we'll do like, typically we do like 3 to 4 30-second bursts of this, and we can do 30 seconds of this so you could just kind of feel it, right?
Okay.
But I'm gonna be here, and really we're gonna take the legs and explode into our push-up, and then come right back.
Okay.
Right, and we'll do that for like a 30-second stretch. So if you want,
those are no joke.
yeah, we'll do a 30-second burst, and that's just kind of, you know, getting the whole body kind of warmed up. So we'll do 30 seconds right here.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Yep, I'm really trying to push off the wall right into it. That was 30.
Yeah.
Got me sweating right away again.
Feel like you're doing squats at the same time.
Yeah. So that's a good, you know, it's kind of like pushing, pulling, getting up, getting down.
All right.
So we would do like 4 30-second stretches of that.
Okay.
I'm not about to do that right now.
I'm about to say, I know you train, so we can kind of.
Another one I like to do a lot, Bulgarian bag. This one might not specifically be called a Bulgarian, but I'm gonna squat down. It's almost like a kettlebell movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna come from here. I'm gonna load it, squat down, press it.
Nice.
Boom.
Kind of like a clean press. Okay.
And again, that might be like a 30-second stretch.
Okay. Now, how heavy is the sandbag?
This one might be like 30 pounds, a little bit lighter. But this one's got a hole in it.
I'm sure that add up though with that time.
Yeah, 100%. 30 seconds, I'm gonna time it. You're gonna do it.
Okay.
So again, going down, grab.
Yeah.
Load it, press, boom.
Okay.
Boom.
And just flow.
Yep.
There we go. Look, he was about to do the whole 30 seconds. He in that mood. You got 30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Go. There you go. And again, this is full body, so a lot of stuff you do for MMA is going to be full body work.
Full body work.
Always. 10 more seconds. Keep it going. Keeping the legs really active. Yep. Couple more seconds. Boom. That was 30.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Next one we'll come right from there to here. This one's simple. Just squat, toss it, catch it right back down. So a good way to do this is right when I go down, I'm gonna explode up, toss it, not like I'm trying to hit the ceiling, but I'm gonna do just enough to where it leaves the hands.
Okay.
As soon as the ball hits my hands, I'm squatting right back down. So perpetual motion.
Yeah, I'm noticing all the movements kind of have a flow to them. It's not stagnated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And typically this one might be like a minute, but we'll just do 30 seconds.
Okay. I'm getting a break today, y'all.
Yeah. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Go. Yep, try and keep it straight up. There you go. Yep. Yep. Keep it going. You know what? Give me 30 more seconds. We're doing a whole minute.
Let's get
We're doing a whole minute. Yes, sir. There we go. Yep. There you go. And break. Nice. Yeah. All right. This is another good like stability type movement, and again, it's full body. So over time, you increase the weight you do this with. Okay. This is a 30-pound kettlebell, so pretty standard weight. And the thing with kettlebells is you only need one kettlebell, and you can do like a crazy workout with it. So I'm a big fan of these, and just the way you have to, load, catch it, and just move, and the way your body carries it, it really does. It's really functional. Kettlebells are really functional. So have you ever done a Turkish get-up?
Is that when you're? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So there's a couple different positions we're gonna go through, right? So I'm down. I'm gonna be down like this.
Okay.
Got my feet set. I'm gonna press into this position. Okay? Now from here, I'm gonna bring my foot back, and then I'm right up. Boom.
Oh yeah.
And then I go right back down. Okay, so I'm gonna go from here, right up. And then as I go down, I'm gonna keep it stabilized right there. Boom.
Oh yeah. That's working core,
Yep,
legs, everything.
And when you go up,
yeah,
right here, boom, you wanna explode up.
Explode.
Yep.
Okay.
So we can just do like 5 or 6 each side.
Okay.
Boom.
Nice.
Coming right up. Yeah, so.
You said something functional fitness. It's like when I started my fitness journey, I was all about getting swole and things like that.
Yes.
You know, coming from playing basketball, I noticed when I would go to the court, it wasn't functional.
And then you're dead. You're running around like this.
I'm shooting all stiff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, just called a Turkish get up.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're gonna go down. Good. Now go ahead and, yep, just like that.
Okay.
Now the right hand's gonna go up. And I'm gonna go like this, straighten out the left leg. Good.
Okay.
Now the left leg is gonna go back into a lunge. Now you're gonna drive right up. Good.
Okay.
Now keep that stabilized and just reverse all that. There you go. Then bring it down and then load it back up. Boom. Explode right up. Hand on the mat. Boom. There you go. Right to your lunge. Drive up. Yes, sir. 3 more on that side.
Okay.
Yep. Good. Straight up. And keep that arm straight until you're back down. Until you're back all the way back down.
Okay.
Now we can reload it. Yep.
Yeah.
Now bring it back down. Boom. There we go. Straight up. Good. Then you can go back down. And then as your shoulder goes to hit the mat, that's when the arm is coming back. There you go. Okay. Now you can just switch sides.
Switch sides?
Yep. Do 5 and 5.
Yeah. That's good work.
Yep. And again, that's with the 30. So you build up, you're using a 45. That's a motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
Yep. So even with the arm, I want to go elbow to hand.
Okay.
Yeah, because building up, I'm going to be on my elbow first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Elbow to hand. There it is. Then bring that leg back into that lunge and then right up. There it is. Yes, sir. And then rewind it. 2 more. Yes, sir.
That core.
Let's go, Breeze.
Yeah.
Boom. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, now we could do another one. This one right here. So there's an exercise called a landmine, right?
Yeah.
There's different variations of that. So one we're gonna do, it's gonna be to transfer my weight, and basically I'm gonna throw my rear hand. So basically I'm gonna be rotating my body.
Okay.
And we would typically use like a lighter weight like this just to make it more of like a speed motion. But so I'm gonna be strike with my right hand. So my right hand's in the back.
Okay.
So my feet are gonna kind of be like this. When I do the exercise, they're gonna rotate through.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go down like this. And we could do a 6 and 6 or 8 and 8. So I'm gonna go like here, boom. Just don't let this smash your head, because then there's no more fit and professional.
Right.
Yeah. There it is. Good. Call that 4. Give me 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Then we'll do the other side. Then go down. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7, 8. Nice. All right, next one we'll come over to. This one's kind of a simple one, but again, you want to have like a rhythm with it. So I'm going to go overhead slam, catch it, press. Boom, 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 boom. So let's do 10 of these, right? So we'll go 1, boom, big slam, big press.
Okay.
Give me 10.
All right, got you. Notice a lot of emphasizing explosion.
Yes.
Translate to the fight.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
So we're going.
1, catch it, press. Good. 2, yep. 3, there we go, Breeze. 4, 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Nice, nice, nice. Shout out Mike Campbell, Campbell Sports Performance. He is my strength and conditioning coach, and he has me doing this kind of stuff all the time. And this is just, we're not showing any of the secrets.
Yeah. Y'all gotta wait till fight night.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, last one we'll do, you're gonna sprint to your max wattage right here, okay?
Yeah.
So I imagine you on your biggest sprint, you'll probably see 1100, 1200, maybe a little bit higher, and you wanna try and maintain that. As soon as you see the watt go down by 1 or 2, that's it, right? So let's say I'm sprinting as hard as I can. I see it get to 1100. As soon as I see like 1,000, it'll go down. You're done, right? So really, it's about getting to the hardest sprint you can do and maintaining that. So you build up levels of strength, but you want to be able to maintain that strength. Yes, yes. So for example, I'll just hit a sprint here. I'll probably hit 1,000, but then it'll go right down.
At 1100.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
This is probably good. You want to be almost standing up.
Okay.
So, yep, let's get this. Whenever you're ready. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, that was good, that was good. 1,400. 1,400 is good. So look, you're gonna do that 2 more times.
Okay.
Rest. No rush, because you want to get a good recovery.
How long do you normally rest for?
It depends. You want a full recovery? Like, sometimes I rush back in.
Yeah.
And coach will be like, yo, just take a minute. You know what I'm saying? Take a minute, minute 30.
So you can really push.
I'm always like, all right, 30 seconds, I'm good, I'm good.
I feel like I struggle with that. Like, I'm training for the marathon right now.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to do shorter runs, and I'm going too fast.
Yes.
Not letting my body recover.
Yes. So this is all about, you know, just seeing that number, trying to maintain it, or get a little bit higher than last time.
Okay.
So just for the sake, yeah, whenever you're ready, we can rock out.
All right.
You hit 1,400, so I'd imagine you get right around here. Let's go, baby. Yup. Yes, sir. Yeah. 1168, that was good.
Dang.
See, it's tough. Yeah, we're gonna do one more. One more, good rest.
I was like, damn, it's not going anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what, it'll make you feel like you're in quicksand, bro. Oh.
Yeah.
And then, you know, doing 5 rounds of sparring or a whole circuit, you hit a high number, you might go, God damn, I'm tired, but it's like after you've already fucking worked, so.
See how far you actually really can go.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yup. Hit 1,000. Hit 1,000. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it's that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. So first one was 14.
That's crazy.
Second one was like 11 something. Then it was like 848 or something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of how it goes, man. That's good shit. That's good work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No doubt. So those are just little bits and pieces of some of the stuff we do. But you know, as you can see, Coach Mike's got a lot of stuff here. He knows what he's doing, man. Yeah. So I'm in good hands. Yeah, fit and professional, baby. Yeah.
That's good.
Good stuff, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Listen. Yeah. That's why I always talk about, like, you may be fit in your own right, but this is his house. I got humbled today, you know what I mean? But it's definitely dope trying to push myself and, like you say, become the best version of ourselves.
Of course.
Definitely.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Hell
Appreciate you, man.
Good shit, Breeze. Yep. Hell yeah.
Fit and Professional Podcast. We come with much more. Make sure you subscribe. Follow our guy, Taylor. Support him in his upcoming fight.
Hey.
Until next time. Peace.